So you work hard every month and somehow your money never seems to be growing. Okay, you feel like you're stuck, always behind, and always broke. So what if that feeling is lying to you? Because there are 7 signs that prove that you're actually getting richer, and if you recognize them, you may never look at money the same way again. Number 1, your gap between your earning and your spending might be getting bigger. For example, if you're earning $5,000 and you're only spending 3,500 ringgit, you might feel that you're not enjoying life. But that 1,500 ringgit gap, okay, that's your wealth engine. Right? So most Malaysians earn 5,000 and they spend 5,200. You know, like Kevin, who earns about $6,000 right now, his colleague earns about 8,000. If Kevin spends 4,200, he has a wealth gap of 1,800 ringgit a month, while his colleague may spend 7,800 ringgit, leaving him with only 200 ringgit extra every single month. Now, who is richer? That's the question you should ask. The person that's earning $6,000 or the person earning $8,000? The answer is not today, but if you stretch it about 3 years later, what will happen? Well, Kevin would end up saving 64,800 ringgit in his bank account, while his colleague would only make a meager 7,200 in savings. Now, of course, Kelvin feels a little bit more broke when he says no to many of the things that he's spending. He's trying to save more of his money, but the numbers tell a different story. I once heard this from Warren Buffett. Okay, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you save. If you make $1 million and you spend $1,000,001, you are still broke. Okay, the real formula is this: income minus expenses equals to wealth building power. Right? So a $1,000 gap for a $4,000 salary always beats a $500 gap for a $10,000 salary. Sign number 2 that you're actually secretly getting rich is that you're playing the long game while everybody else is chasing the quick wins. Getting rich is about doing it boring. Okay, rich and boring. Yep, right? You heard me over here. It's not about all these fast ways of getting money or all these great schemes that's going to make you a millionaire overnight. It's about putting that $500 aside away every single month, month after month, into an investment that will not pay off until for the next 10 years. I know that sounds like a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of effort, but guess what? That's how people run. Okay, being rich is not a sprint. Being rich is in a marathon. If you're thinking in decades, not days, you're thinking wealthy. Alright, boring wins, exciting loses. Talk about the global over here. Think about US and China. Okay, why US is losing and why China is winning is because of the long-term economic values they have. China thinks in 25-year to 50-year cycles. Right, the current China that's actually built right now is actually after 1947 when they set up their first policies, and after that they added another 25 years to go. Every time they think long-term, they go out there and they grow the country. Whereas in the US, okay, it's every 4 years. Why? Because they have to win an election. So every 4 years to 8 years max is how long they'll change and they think. And that's why if you can look into the country right now, it's going downhill. A secret sign number 3 that you're actually getting rich is that you've actually built a safety net and nobody knows about it. I've met this one person who was actually working very hard and she's very disciplined and diligent in investments. But she never felt very rich until one day I asked her to look into a bank account. She's only started doing this for 1.5 years, but she has actually accumulated both from cash and also assets in a bank amounting more than $45,000 after just 1.5 years. Now, how would you feel if you worked very hard, very disciplinedly, putting that money aside, not knowing it, not seeing it, and all of a sudden, in your bank account, after 1.5 years, you have $45,000 extra money? All right, does that feel good? That's the safety net I'm talking about. If you have $45,000 sitting in your emergency fund and you've never mentioned it to everyone, you are doing something right. Okay, poor people broadcast their money. They say, oh, I just made an extra $10,000, and they start to go out there and spend their money. 61% of Malaysians can't even fork out $1,000 in cash if they had an emergency. If you can, you are already ahead. Here's where it gets a little bit interesting. Sign number 4 is about what happens to you when you start earning more. Your income grows, but your life looks the same. It is counterintuitive in truth. Is that you earn $7,000 but still living like you earn $4,500. People think that you are cheap, but you're actually building wealth faster than anyone else around you. The biggest wealth killer isn't low income, it is lifestyle inflation. So I know a person called Daniel who got a raise 3 times in 4 years. He made 4,000, 5,000 to 6,500 ringgit and finally to 8,000 ringgit, okay, for his good hard work. Now, his lifestyle changes are almost none. Okay, he stays in the same apartment, he drives the same car, he eats in the same spots, okay, even has the same phone. Yep, you don't change your iPhones every single year. And with those changes, his saving rates started to go up. Because when he was earning only $4,000, he could only save 400. But when he made 8,000 ringgit, he started to save 3,200 per month. In 4 years, he accumulated 95,000 ringgit, but his lifestyle hardly changed. Now, if you compare to many of his other friends or most people in Malaysia, alright, most of them will start to get an upgrade at $8,000, right? You won't be caught living in the same old dingy apartment when you're earning 8,000, right? So you get your new car, your new condo, eat at fancier restaurants, buy the latest iPhone, right? And in the same 4 years, okay, that's 8,000 savings, okay, would probably end up with another $15,000 in debt. Now, income is the same, okay? The opposite is the outcomes. So in my wealth principles, there are always two paths to where you become rich. The first path is to upgrade your lifestyle and stay financially the same. The second is to maintain your lifestyle, okay, accelerate your wealth building. While path A feels really good for a month or two, path B always feels good forever. So, which now brings us to sign number 5. Money stops being the goal. I know this sounds a little bit weird, a bit counterintuitive, but if you're building wealth, but you're not obsessed about being rich, if money is just a tool for being something bigger, you've unlocked the real game. Poor people worship money. Rich people use money. Taught to chase money, to have big cars, nice houses, impress relatives, girlfriends, boyfriends. If you're building wealth and you can clearly say why, if it's about freedom, security, or purpose and not just being rich, then you're ahead of 95% of people. Purpose-driven wealth lasts longer. Okay, ego-driven wealth disappears. Okay, now sign number 6. Okay, might sound a bit strange, but it's one of those strongest indications. You're kind of getting bored about money conversations. If your friend is still stressing about the bills and you just are not interested in talking about the money anymore, it's not because you are rich, it's because you've built a system. Poor people talk about money constantly, wealthy people rarely talks about it. I'm going to give you an example right now. Marcus used to check his bank account every day. Now he checks it once a month. What has changed? He's automated everything. Okay, 20% auto transfer into investments, $1,000 auto transfer into emergency funds, bills are auto paid, spending is on a simple budget. He does not check because he doesn't need to, the system runs by itself. His friends are still manually transferring, stressing, forgetting, and he's on autopilot. The goal is about building a system so you don't have to. Okay? And that brings us to our final sign, one that proves that you're truly getting richer. So, sign number 7, you're getting your time back. If you are now spending money to save time instead of spending time to save money, you've actually crossed the path to wealth thinking. Poor people trade time for money. They try to save as much money as possible by using their time. Rich people understand that time is more expensive than money, and they always invest into saving their time so they can make more money. I know 2 people, both owning $6,000. Person A spends 3 hours every Saturday driving around for the cheapest groceries, deals, etc., okay, and tries to save $80 a month. Okay, the cost of doing that may be about 12 hours a month. If you talk about person B, who does grocery online, pays $15 on delivery, shops at the convenient locations, spends 80 ringgit more a month, saves 12 hours more a month, uses the time to learn new skills, side hustles, and make more money, and of course rest. After a year, person A saves about 960 ringgit, but is a little bit tired of going around trying to save money. Person B spends 960 but uses his time to start a side business that earns him 800 a month. Now, if person A optimizes the money, person B optimizes the time, person B has now earned 9,600 ringgit more a year. Time is the only asset that you cannot get back. If you start valuing your time more, you start thinking like a wealthy person. Time is the ultimate luxury. If you start buying it back, you're already rich in ways that matters the most. Here's what I want you to do right now, okay? Count how many of these signs apply to you, okay? Have you created a gap between earnings and spending? Are you playing the long-term game or the short-term game? Number 3, are you building that safety net? Look into your bank account immediately. Number 4, is if income grew, did your lifestyle grow as well? If you did, you're in trouble. All right. Number 5, money is a tool, not a goal. What is your main goal? All right. Number 6, getting bored of money talks, meaning that you've already have systems in place. And number 7, buying back time. If you have a score of 0 to 2, you're still in survival mode, time to shift. If you're 3 to 4, you're in transition, the hardest phase, keep on going. And if you're 5 to 7, that means you built your real wealth. It's time for you now to just start getting to enjoy yourself a little bit more. Hang on there, because in the next 3 to 5 years, you're definitely going to be richer than where you are right now. So remember, feeling broke while building wealth is temporary. Being broke because you've never built a system is permanent. These 7 signs, they're not just indicators, they are proof that you're on the right path. Okay, so comment below what you have. Okay, and let's celebrate the quiet wealth builders right now. So if you're interested in speeding up your wealth journey, do come and join us on an online class where I can learn how you can even invest and make more with very little capital. So see you then.